it's that way with any business even or starting a new venture. You sell word of mouth.
Not that different, and you'll experience that too, as people who know you talk to other people who. I mean, it's just that's the way it works. Yeah, and when I listened, I heard you guys. Didn't you guys tippy toe around some about who you rooted for?
Oh, I don't think we tippy toe around that too much.
Oh no, no.
Definitely Wolverine fans.
Okay,
which
do you care?
Funny.
I always rooted for Michigan growing up. Always. I mean, Jim Harbaugh was a big deal to me when he played. When he played college football. Anthony Carter and Bo Schembechler. And I'm a huge Michigan fan. And then something happened. No, I didn't stop rooting. In fact, between Michigan and Michigan State, I would when those two play, I want Michigan to win.
Great.
But I like it when Michigan State also wins. And when Michigan loses, I don't take it to heart. I can't really say I can call myself a fan then, right? Don't you think?
No.
I don't think I can. I really don't.
An observer.
Yeah, absolutely.
An appreciator of the game.
Because when I think about like the Lions, like with what happened last night, I mean, I was so happy.
Yeah,
I was so overjoyed. I mean, over the years, I've been kind of really frustrated with them, but who hasn't, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But that was, I mean, now I really root for the Lions and the Red Wings, especially.
Yeah. So fan. That's fandom.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that, you know, when I think about it, God, I could have swore you guys tiptoed it. Was it, maybe it was politics. Did you tiptoe on politics?
We did. Oh, yeah. No politics.
And that's not a bad idea. It really isn't, because it's so freaking polarizing. It doesn't matter who's in the White House. It really doesn't matter. You're always going to get that. And I think that's
about half of the people who are listening, maybe depending on where you live, maybe more are not going to approve of what you're talking about.
Well, yeah. So. You know, and I get that. And I've run into that just recently. We started to delve a little bit into it because and the only way I was able to make it work was because Ben on my show.
Is that your buddies? Your partner's fellow co-host.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Ben, he's a Democrat and I'm not. But in the election, I was not convinced Trump could do that job at all. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even vote for him. Now imagine that. I've always voted Republican, always been very conservative, still am. And I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Now as time's passed, these two things I know. He's an idiot when it comes to how he deals with the public online. But conservatively, he's doing things that I really like. So now it's like, oh no, what am I going to do? So on the air, we've been able to position it that way. Whereas Ben has his views, I have my views. We don't really get into it much at all, but people know it. And so when a point of view comes out, they know where it's coming from. So we have a kind of a playful debate about it. But you're right. You get into it too far down the rabbit hole, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Well, that's. I mean, everyone can agree that he's an idiot. You know, in terms of his relations with other people, it's like he's a jerk.
But I don't pay.
So you can.
Yes, I don't pay a salary to be nice or not nice. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I don't care about any of that stuff. So you're right. At the end of the day, it's like just do what you got to do, and if that's what you think is right, well, you're the president. You make that decision.
Right.
Stand by it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't shrink from it if you make a decision.
Yes.
I hate that.
Right.
I mean, don't back away when you've
made a point. Right on.
But for our first ever podcast, we can't handle that as eloquently as I'm sure as you're able to. So maybe just leaving that out.
Oh no, that is a great idea. That's a great idea, especially when you're trying to build a fan base.
Oh yeah. Any politics, race.
Yes. Yes. It's a terrible decision.
Yeah.
Awful. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. See, I did it here just now, but you didn't, so that's okay. And if they have a problem with it, they'll just come see me, and that's fine.
There you go.
I'm not worried.
Eric Zane's viewpoints reflect in no way upon
the Informed Dutchman Show.
Yeah, I don't even know what these guys believe in. It's Dutchman, so I have a pretty good idea. By the way, you guys are the best dressed Dutchmen I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Oh yeah. You guys just got you're both very tall. You got clean pressed shirts, Nice jeans, nice footwear. Look at me. I'm wearing a pair of jeans. I just cleaned out my garage. I look like a slob. I'm wearing a Boston, Massachusetts T-shirt.
Oh. Well,
We weren't going to say anything.
no, we weren't going to say it, but
So what do you come to expect from a bunch of Dutch guys? Just
I don't know.
The kind of slob.
I don't know. I just have a picture in my head of like tulip time.
Wooden shoes.
Yeah.
tulip time is an interesting time.
Yeah. I've never been.
Never been. I actually went for the first time this year because I work in Holland. So
I heard it's great. I heard it's a fun time.
Yeah.
Some people watching. One of those two.
People watching is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll get more to that next spring.
Yeah, for sure. What else do you want to talk about? I really love doing this, by the way. I'm very, very happy that you asked me to do this.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
super
it's a great
thankful you're
time.
here.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're a lot easier to interview than we thought. We thought we were going to have to be like fighting back against you for most of this, but you've been very cordial.
Oh, I
Appreciate that.
The pleasure's mine.
You mentioned your high school, and when we were talking about your training, growing up, and going into the podcasting, did you
Radio.
grow up in the? Yeah. Excuse me.
He
Radio.
does have a radio show.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When is your
I don't know
radio
if
show,
these-
by the way?
I don't even know if these guys know that I'm on the radio. Officially, it's 107.3 WBBL, 6 to 9, Monday through Friday. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Monday through Friday on BBL.
Right when you're waking up, getting ready in the morning on your drive to work.
Yes.
Give it a listen.
Please.
Tongue in cheek. Hilarious.
Thank you.
If you're
Thank
looking
you
for
very
something
much.
interesting to wake you up in the morning.
Thank you
And
very
then
much.
follow that up with our podcast.
Yes, of course.
But you mentioned the high school. Did you grow up in the West Michigan
No,
area?
I didn't. I grew up in the Detroit area.
Oh, East Side.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
That's so. Yeah, that was it. It was. I had moved here in 2004.
Okay.
Oh, wow. So that was
Not
That's recent.
long.
Well,
Yeah,
14 years.
14
It's a
years.
little
more
ago.
than half my life.
But yeah, so I had, even growing up on the east side, I'd never even visited Grand Rapids. And so once I got here, though, I was concentrating very hard on my work, but then raising my family, it was like, then I finally went, oh, you know what, I really like it here. And
Yeah.
and I do like it a lot. I love it. I would never, ever want to leave.
Did you move over for the free beer and hot wings show
Yes.
initially?
Yes,
Okay.
we were at the time, we're living in New Jersey. And if you have any questions about that old show, you're more than welcome to. I'm not at all worried about talking about that. We came as a team from New Jersey. We had been in a couple other towns trying to find our way. And then to move back to Michigan was super great. So
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it's not that far from our family. And we think we can do well. And lo and behold, the show took off like crazy after about a year and a half on the air on GRD.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
So about how many markets were you in? I guess from the point that you were there.
well, when we started, it was just we were on GRD and two other stations in New Jersey. When we were on in New Jersey, we were on two stations. So we kind of got used to being in two different markets because one of the markets was you've heard of the show Jersey Shore?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That, and the other one was closer to Trenton, which is way inland.
Okay.
So we couldn't really be local, so we got used to doing it a certain particular way. Long story short, we moved to Grand Rapids. Those stations still wanted us to air the show, so they said, just keep doing what you've been doing. Take a week off, move to Michigan, and don't say anything. Okay. So we started doing that, and no one in New Jersey knew we even moved for like 3 years. I
Wow.
had no idea because the presentation didn't change in any way. So
Why do they keep talking about the Lions and the Red Wings, right?
we wouldn't. What we would do is we would couch it when we were on those three stations. We wouldn't talk about anything West Michigan centric.
Oh, okay.
So and then it took off despite that. And then we would spend time on the air when those stations would go and play music during the rest of the day. We would still kind of talk about West Michigan. And then over time, word of mouth, other stations. It was right about the time when Howard Stern left terrestrial radio,
Oh, sure.
and also when a show named Opie and Anthony left terrestrial radio and they all went to satellite. So all of a sudden, all these radio stations need shows. And we started picking them up one after the other. And it was so cool. You know, we're seeing this dream manifest in front of our eyes. We're a syndicated morning show. We're doing it. And then it takes off. And all of a sudden, we'd come to work Hey, we just picked up another station. You're on in Rochester, Minnesota, and all these little towns, and then occasionally you get a bigger market like Nashville, Tennessee, or something like that. Or this is it. Man. So it was just the greatest thing in the world. It really was. It was something I'm very proud of, and still to this day. And then at about the time I left, I think we were at about like 40 stations, and I think it's pretty much been the same since then. Okay. But it still was very, very special.
How many years has it been since that, approximately?
It will be 3 years in February that I was fired.
Okay. And now we've talked about the show that you have on Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on 107.3. What else are you filling your time with?
Well, someone said, Ryan Seacrest once said, say yes to everything, which is why I'm here.
Yes.
I swear to God, that is a very famous thing. He said, if you want to be successful, say yes to people. And
that's great advice.
Extend yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something different. So I find myself doing a lot of things like that, public appearances, emceeing things.
Like for weddings?
Weddings.
Get out of town.
I really do weddings.
What? You do?
I have. In fact, I'm doing one in December, and like all they have to do is say, all right, will you come to my wedding and announce the wedding party? That's your job. A lot like a hockey announcer. So I don't do DJ, but I get on the mic and announce the wedding party like I do at the Griffin games.
Get out.
So it's great fun. I've only done it with friends and family, but I get a free meal out of it and get to dress up and that's about it.
That's the best part about weddings anyways, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I do that stuff plus the Griffins games. I got hired back to the basketball team after I got fired from the basketball team.
Okay. Wait, is there a story there?
Yes, there is. It's a great story. Okay. So after getting fired from the radio station, the basketball team, if you remember, fired me too. You can't be dogging the landlord of
Sure.
So it made sense. All right. Thank you. Goodbye. That was that. I get the job at BBL. A few months pass. I'm outside of the radio station, just like getting some fresh air. And the owner of the team, Steve Jabara, comes walking by.
Yep.
You know Steve.
I've met Steve. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And Steve goes, hey. I go, what's up? And he goes, how are you? I go, I'm well. You? How are you? And he goes, fine. You want to come back? I go, yeah, I want to come back. He goes, okay, the dust is settled. It'll work. I go, all right. He goes, yeah, be in my office tomorrow. I go, okay, cool. So that was it.
Awesome.
He was just waiting it out until everything controversy settled down.
Yeah.
So you didn't play hard to get for a raise? No, just...
I just enjoyed that. I love the basketball games, man. The hockey games the hockey games and the basketball games are just terrific fun. They're great. I have so many stories. It's just the interactions of players and doing things, and that's just awesome.
I remember the first game I went to, or the business I worked for. We got a suite at the Van Andel, and I remember the first game I went to. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Zane. That's awesome.
It's great PR. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I am blessed to be able to be in front of people so many times with 38 home games for hockey and however many of the basketball games I can do for the ones that don't land on hockey game nights. Roughly 20 basketball games a year. It's great.
Who's your least favorite athlete from either one of those teams?
Wow.
That you just
is that a question you can answer?
No, it's fair. I don't know if I can say who, but I occasionally you deal with a person who has a bit of an attitude, and you can tell. Yeah, I'm not going to say who, but like I have dealt with hockey players who really think that they're Wayne Gretzky or Patrick Waugh or whoever that may be. Sure. And it's confusing to me because it's just their age showing.
Sure.
Well, why would you act that way? It's not going to get you anywhere.
So working with the basketball team, have you had a chance to meet Big Ben Wallace? Or
no, I introduced him. He delivered the game ball for a couple games as he has been getting more active with the team as he has that, as you know, that part ownership stake in the team.
Yeah,
and he's terrific. He wants to be full on an NBA executive. And
oh wow,
yeah, and I read an article about him, NBA executive or a coach or something like that. I know, and he's doing it with the drive, so that's really cool. Yeah, he looks like he could still play.
He does. Oh yeah.
He's lean and mean.
Phenomenal.
Holy
Terrifying.
moly.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, really cool.
He